Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ET Considers Everything podcast for Friday, July 22nd, 2016. On this edition, I'll be taking a look at several issues in sports that took place over the past 24 hours. So let's get going with this podcast. First, let's talk about some NFL news that took place yesterday. NFL offensive tackle Eugene Monroe of the Baltimore Ravens has decided to retire after 7 years of playing in the NFL. He cited concussion and body issues for retiring, along with being with his family at a young age. He said that he's made plenty of money in his 7 year NFL career and has decided that right now, at 29 years old, is the best time to retire to keep his body in its best shape. Also, we had news yesterday of Ray Rice wanting to come back to the NFL. He said that if any team signed him, that he would donate his entire 2016 base salary to charities across the nation that deal with domestic violence. That's a good move on his part. It's a great PR move. I don't know if any team will take a chance on him, though. He's 29 years old, and really 30 is an age where running backs really start to deteriorate with their bodies. So it's going to be very interesting to see if somebody decides to take a chance on him. I don't know if anybody will, but we'll have to wait and see on that. This morning, news came out that Pittsburgh Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell is potentially facing a 4-game suspension for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. He previously served a 4-game suspension last day. They have decided, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred has came up with an idea to eliminate the use of middle relief pitchers as much in games. He said he wants to limit the use of middle relief pitchers in games because it slows down the pace of the games, and many pitching changes really do affect the pace of the game. So he would like MLB teams and owners to look into slowing down the use of relief pitchers. So I don't know if this will come up, but my idea for it would be to have 5 starting pitchers and 5 or 6 relief pitchers, maybe 5 starters and 6 relievers to give the teams 11 total pitchers, and then they could use the pitchers however they want to. But you get no more than 5 starters, and you get no more than 5 relievers, and you get 1 closer. That would be the way I would deal with the problem here. NBA news to report on this morning. We had news yesterday that the NBA has decided to move the 2017 All-Star Game from its current host city of Charlotte to an alternative city. This comes out of news out of the HB2 bill that was passed. It's anti-LGBT rules passed by the North Carolina State legislation. So the host cities now are looking like it could be Chicago, New York, or New Orleans. Sources close to the situation are saying that it will more than likely be Chicago because New York and New Orleans have had it in several years past, and Chicago hasn't had it in a while. So it's going to be very interesting to see which city gets it now. The next time Charlotte will get to host the 2019 NBA All-Star Game, they opened that slot back up for them because that was the next available slot. Michael Jordan said in a statement yesterday that we are deeply disappointed that the NBA has decided to move the NBA All-Star Game from Charlotte, but we respect their decision and we look forward to hosting the NBA All-Star Game in 2019 if everything is okay. Soccer news this morning. Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund met in the International Champions Cup, and Borussia Dortmund defeated Manchester United by a score of 4-1 this morning. Gonzalo Castro had 2 goals, and Henrik Mkhitaryan scored the only goal for Manchester United. Mario Götze will make his re-debut for Borussia Dortmund next month. He was acquired from Bayern Munich yesterday, and Andre Schürrle was acquired from VfB Wolfsburg this morning for Borussia Dortmund. So it's going to be very interesting to see how those players fit into the club now. And I'm very proud to see how Borussia Dortmund will react to those changes. They lost Mats Hummels and Henrik Mkhitaryan over the transfer window, but they have picked up Andre Schurrle, Mario Götze, and Sebastian Rue. It's going to be fun to see how the soccer season upcoming plays out. Those are two of my favorite teams, Borussia Dortmund and Manchester United. So I look forward to seeing how they both do, especially Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League and Manchester United in the Europa League. Golf news to report on this morning. Dustin Johnson is tied for the lead after round one of the RBC Canadian Open, the final stop before the final major of the season, which will take place next week at Baltusrol Country Club. Dustin Johnson is currently at -6. Jason Day is in a tie for ninth right now at -3. Those are notable scores from the RBC Canadian Open on the PGA Tour. It's going to be fun to see how those two do before the final major of the season takes place next week at Baltusrol Country Club. NASCAR news to report on this morning. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will miss the next two races due to his concussion-like symptoms, and now Jeff Gordon will come out of retirement to drive the number 88 car for the next two races for Rick Hendrick. That announcement was made last week. A lot of people didn't believe it at the time, but it has come to reality, and now Jeff Gordon will come out of retirement to race the number 88 Chevrolet for Rick Hendrick for the next two races for Dale Earnhardt Jr. It wouldn't surprise me to see him get a win in one of those two races. Indianapolis and Pocono are tracks that very well suit his nature. He's very historic at Indianapolis. He's won the most races there with 5. So really it wouldn't surprise me at all if he won the race this weekend, but he'll have competitors going at him, including Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, and several others. So it's going to be a fun race this weekend, and I look forward to seeing Jeff Gordon back in a race car for the first time since last November in his final race in a full-time season. So, tennis news to report on this morning. I've been talking recently about the withdrawals of Andy Murray, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal from the ATP Rogers Cup tournament, which takes place in Toronto. I believe that they are withdrawing from this tournament to prepare for the upcoming Olympic Games, which will take place in Rio de Janeiro in 2 weeks from today. They start 2 weeks from today and will take place from August 5th through August 21st. So it's going to be fun to see how they play out. Serena Williams is probably the favorite to win the ladies' Olympic gold medal, and I would put the favorites in the men's to Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray, and Roger Federer. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this edition of the ET Considers Everything podcast for Friday, July 22nd, 2016. If y'all don't mind, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and as always, I'll keep you posted on sports news throughout the days as I get them across my tablet. I will not be making videos over the next several days. This weekend is my family reunion coming up, and my birthday is coming up on Tuesday, so I'll be taking a few days off to rest and relax and enjoy my time with my family and celebrate my birthday. So my next video will be made probably on the Wednesday after my birthday, which will be on Wednesday, July 27th. I'll let y'all know and keep y'all posted on my Facebook page. For now, this is E.T. Eric Tyler Mullins reporting from Pound, Virginia. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the video, and thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Later, everybody.